Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel and to another video. This was not originally the next video I was planning on making and releasing. I had a discussion video planned, but I just don't have time this week to film it. So I thought that I would make a video that, especially today for me, is very timely. This past weekend, daylight savings time ended, so the hours went back, which now means that, you know, previously we still had daylight until about 6:30. Now it's dark by like 5:30. I guess once it starts getting colder and darker, I think a lot of equestrians struggle with motivation. So I thought that I would make a video about some of the things that I do to try to keep my motivation up, and as well as show a little bit of my ride on Eve. I'm bringing my Pivo, so I'm hoping to film some of it and show you what we've been working on, because after I introduced her to jumping, we've kind of taken a few steps back, not because she's regressed at all. I just wanted to really focus on relaxation and getting her super chill with riding in different temperatures, different, you know, in the dark, because riding in the arena in the dark is definitely a different atmosphere than riding in the daylight when it's, you know, super nice out and she can see everything. And it's really been paying off. We haven't really been focusing that much on the canter because I find cantering hypes her up, and I really want to focus just on getting her nice and relaxed in the walk and trot. And it's really been paying off. I've had some really incredible rides over the last probably 2 weeks or so. I feel like the temperatures that we have right now are much more realistic to what November's normally like. So it's currently, according to my car, 6 degrees, which is a big change from the last few days between, like, well, all last week it was in the mid to high teens. And then on the weekend, Saturday was like such a beautiful day. It was 23 degrees in November. Climate change is real. But it was a beautiful weekend. It's normally around this time after daylight savings time, and when the weather starts to go from like my ideal weather, which is like mid-teens to low 20s, to more like low 10s and then into the minuses, that I really start to struggle with motivation. The things that I'm going to talk about in this video are things that I have found have helped me a lot over the last, especially 2 years, because it was made even worse because of COVID. So one of the first things that I want to mention super quickly is something that I mentioned in a recent video, which was that week in the life type video that I did a few weeks ago now, and that is like my riding journal slash planner. So I've been finding in general that that planner has really been helping me stay on top of motivation and also make sure that there's a lot of variance within my horse's training. And obviously when I talk about my horses, I'm meaning Merlin and Eve, but only Merlin is mine. Eve does not belong to me. Now, weirdly enough, the next thing might sound a bit counterintuitive, but one of the main things that I try to do in the winter to keep on top of my motivation is to not put pressure on myself. So for example, I was meant to and had been planning on going to the barn last night. 2 o'clock, 2:30 came around and I just did not feel like it at all. And that's not a feeling that I like to have about going to the barn. I like to be excited to go. I like to be motivated to go. I just take the pressure off myself. So if I don't feel like going out, I don't. And yeah, I often find that listening to my gut feeling and not going to the barn on days where I feel like that makes my motivation to go the next day or the day after even higher. So like the minute yesterday that I decided, no, I'm not going to go to the barn, I'm going to take the evening to myself and just relax, it was like a breath of fresh air. I felt super chill and excited to have a night to myself, and also motivated to come out the next night. Although I am sticking to my using my planner. In the winter, I'm not really going to plan my weeks out in the same way. I'm going to try to just go with the flow. That's what I did last winter, and it really helped. I rode way more consistently than I had the previous winter. I'm now at the barn and it is nearly dark. So normally at this time of year when I go out to the barn, I will ride one and then groom or do something with the other. In this case, I'm riding Eve and bringing Merlin in quickly to treat his feet. Normally I would ride first, but tonight is particularly chilly, so I will rearrange my plans so that I do the thing that I least want to do first. So, not that I least want to do it, but I know that when I finish riding, I'm going to want to put Eve away and then go home. So I'm going to be flexible with my plans and bring Merlin in first. They are like 3/4 of the way back to their back field, which means that doing this in the light is also beneficial because it saves me having to trek out in the dark. Hello, dude! Hi, guys. Something that helps keep me motivated. Hello. Something that helps keep me motivated is just to be flexible with my time and to do things in the order that will allow me to get as much stuff done as I can. Me being back here is causing a commotion, and he's very alert. Hello, dude. There are some advantages to doing him first, Merlin. Well, there's still a bit of light because Eve's hay feeder has been moved closer to the gate, which means that it'll be a lot easier for me to catch her in the dark than him. Not that he's hard to catch, he's not, but just finding him in the dark. It's quite eerie walking out in the complete dark to a 15-acre field where you have no idea where the horses are. Even with flashlight, it's a little creepy. So if I can avoid that, I will. Although I must say, there is something nice about ponies and sunsets. Come on, boy. So I did manage to catch her in the dark. This is her first time being ridden in the arena in the dark, and you can probably see she's just a little bit anxious. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up my pivot. We'll have our ride. I'll probably just do mostly walk, a little bit of trot, focused on relaxation, because this is a new thing, and triggers can be stacking. She was very good to groom and tack up in the cross ties. That's a good thing. We'll keep expectations super, super low, and then we'll chat a bit more about my last couple tips while we are cooling out and untacking. So we survived, didn't we, honey? And tonight's ride was very much an example of the sort of biggest thing that I keep in mind when I'm training in the winter to keep my motivation going, which is just to go back to basics. Every horse, whether a 3-year-old like Merlin or an off the track like her, Grand Prix dressage, show jumper, eventer, every horse can benefit from going back to basics and sort of reinstalling some of those core skills. That's what we're going to be focusing on a lot this winter. I came up tonight with no expectations because I know that tonight is her first night properly riding in the dark. She's not super used to shadows. The noises from the road, while she is used to them, at night they can sound a lot louder and seem a lot scarier because she can't see the road. And in addition to that, there's also paddocks on either side of the arena, and she can see and hear the horses walking, but it's quite dark, so she can't necessarily see how close they are. Girl. Hi, darling. I basically tonight got on and was just walking her around in a long and low, super loose, stretchy contact. And when I would feel her tense up, she didn't spook because I had her focus. There were a couple of times where some noises came out of nowhere and she did spook. When I got on and we were warming up at the walk, I was thinking to myself, I'm only gonna trot if she comes back to me nice and relaxed and isn't prancing, isn't pacing. And she did, so we did some trot. We stayed down here where the sides are up, and she was a lot more comfortable. You'll notice in the footage I did try trotting her on the middle circle, and she was very quick and speedy and anxious, so we went back down to this end and we stayed there, and that was her telling me that she wasn't comfortable, and I want to set her up for success and keep everything as chill and relaxed as possible. Hi! I find thoroughbreds coming off the track have a lot of anxiety, and we've been working through that, both with her burn anxiety, but also some anxiety in the arena now that the weather is getting a bit cooler. And also, something that I think a lot of people dread in the winter is the amount of time it takes horses to cool out. She's got a pretty fuzzy coat, but so far, knock on not wood, she hasn't been getting that sweaty. But sticking to basics and keeping things nice and chill and short sessions not only helps with motivation to keep them going under saddle, hi baby, but also makes your time at the barn shorter because you're not having to walk them around. Oh, does that feel good? You're not having to walk them around for 45 minutes for them to dry. I'm going to end this video here. I have no idea if any of this is helpful. I hope you enjoyed this kind of spontaneous eve update, winter motivation tips, whatever. I just felt like making a video and it seemed like a good topic to do considering how little motivation I had tonight coming up. If you enjoyed, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, click the like button, and comment down below. But until next time, we hope you're having a... Are you being moody? We hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are. Don't forget to give your horse or pony a hug or a kiss next time you see them. And we will see you next time. Bye.